So let's get started. Okay, so we have been dealing with the data handling process for the last couple of lessons. And just a reminder of the process, we start all the process with posing a question, which we have looked at. We've looked at the different methods we can collect data, how we can organize that data in tally and frequency tables, for example. And we have been mainly focusing on summarizing data. Now, there are various ways that we're used to summarizing data. We've got our measures of central tendency, which is our 3 M's, the mean, mode, and median. Okay, and then our measures of spread include the range, and you guys learned about interquartile range on Monday. We will do a quick recap on that. Okay, so interquartile range is something new, and let's quickly remind ourselves on how we do that. So, quick recap. How do we work out the IQR? Does anyone remember? What is our formula to work out interquartile range? You're welcome to raise your hand and let us know. Type in the chat. Does anyone remember how to work out the IQR? Good. Oh, no. Almost there. We can't sure. There we go. Great stuff.
Typing error.
IQ. Good, Riri, as well. IQR is our quartile 3 minus our quartile 1. So it's a type of range that we're working out. Remember, range is our highest value minus our lowest value. So in terms of quartiles, quartile 3 is our highest quartile minus our lowest quartile. Okay, so the whole aspect of range still applies with interquartile range. All right, so let's remind ourselves quickly on how do we find quartiles. So the question asks, determine the IQR of the below data set. So now before we do anything with our data set, we know that we need to make sure it's in order. Luckily for us, this one is already in ascending order. So we can just work and find our quartiles straight away. Is there anyone that would like to raise their hand and unmute and let us know how we would go about starting this process? What is the first step? What is the first quartile we look for? Is it quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3? Ayabonga, yes, yay, let's hear it.
Backed by popular demand.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And
Good, thanks.
so first, you first find the middle number, which is quartile 2.
Okay, so if we look at our, what is our middle number?
55.
55, okay.
Yes.
So that is also known as our median, and our median is the same as quartile 2. So it's a bit weird that we start by looking at quartile 2 first. Okay, then Ayabonga, what's next?
And then you find quartile 1 in the first bunch of numbers, the first 5 numbers, and quartile 1 is 21.
21. Okay, so for those of you who have just joined us for today, once we found our middle number, we have divided the data set into 2 equal halves. We then find the halfway point of these 2 halves. So the first half in the middle of that is 21. That is our quartile 1. Good. And now, Ayabonga, what's quartile 3?
Quartile 3 is 63.
Good. So the middle of our second half is quartile 3.
And
okay.
then, okay, and then we did the calculation using the formula, which is quartile 3 minus quartile 1.
Good. Because the question asked for us to work out the IQR, so we mustn't forget to do that part. Yeah. So quartile 3
yes, minus quartile 1. So it's 63 minus 21 equals 42.
42. Great stuff. Thank you. You really remember what happened on Monday.
Yes, you're welcome.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, so just a reminder, guys, this is just another way we summarize our data, just like the mean, mode, median, and range. This is just another way we summarize our data. And when we're working with quartiles, we are basically dividing our data into 4 equal parts, into quarters. Okay, so we used to just divide it in half, finding our median, but now we divide it into quarters. All right. Okay, so we found the IQR. We can only find the IQR after finding the quartiles. Okay, good. So it looks like for the most part, we remember that. Now, what happens if we have an even number of data values? So it is very easy in the previous question because we had definite numbers in the middle. But we know when we have an even amount of numbers, it's a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to do this one with you. As we can see, our data is already in ascending orders. Oh, it's not in ascending orders. Oh, no, it is. Sorry. One number threw me off there. It's already in ascending order, so we don't need to worry about that. We can go ahead and just look for our quartiles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 numbers. So that means our 2 middle numbers is going to be 9 and 13. So when there are 2 in the middle, we have to add them. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Add them and we divide it by 2. So we can get in between those 2 numbers. And that will give us a median or quartile 2 of 11. Okay, so now it's really important that you realize that quartile 2 is not these 2 numbers. It is in between. So when I look for quartile 1, I am going to be looking at all these numbers, including 9, because 9 is not the middle number. It's in between the 2. Okay, so when I look for quartile 1, again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got an even number. So my 2 middle numbers of the first half is 6 and 7. So quartile 1 falls between these 2. Okay, so just like we did with the median, you add them together, you divide by 2, so you can get the middle, exact middle, which is 6,5. Then we look at the second half of our data sets and we find the middle number there to get quartile 3. And again, we have 2 in the middle, 15 and 16. So quartile 3 will be in the middle of them. We add them together and we divide by 2, which gives us 15,5. Nice, Elisa. Good work. Okay. So just a reminder, Lucia, do you have a question?
Let me quickly unmute her. I think she just had an answer. It might have been a mistake.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Well done. Okay, so it's only a little bit tricky when it comes to even numbers because we have to do a little bit more working out. It's not a quick, oh, there's the middle number. You actually have to do a little bit of a calculation. All right, so now that we know how to handle a data set with even numbers, let's try this next one on your own. Okay. Ideally, I would like someone to tell us how they get these answers later on. We can maybe split up the answers. But I'm going to let you guys try this by yourselves quickly. Okay, guys, if anyone is ready and maybe wants to let us know how they did. Okay. I see you guys had it typed up already, waiting for me to say, okay. Okay, let's check. Okay.
Or maybe they could give us an explanation on how they got it.
Anyone want to let us know how they got quartile 2 for starters? Okay, so immediately, just quickly check quartile 3. Everything else is perfect. Okay, guys, I'm going to have a quick look. So luckily, the data values are in order, so we don't have to do that. Okay, Ibonga, cool. We're going to go through it now. So let's have a look. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So it's an even number. So that means we're going to have 2 numbers in the middle for quartile 2. We've got 31 and 42. So quartile 2 falls between these two. So to work it out, we say 31 plus 42 over 2 gives you 28,5. Sorry, 36,5. Just looking at the wrong one. Which I see most of you did get, for those of you that put your answers in. Okay, then we look at the first half of our data sets and we halve that as well. And we've got 28 and 29 in the middle. So quartile 1 sits between those two numbers. So we say 28 plus 29 over 2, which gives you 28,5. Okay, then we look at the second half of our data sets. The two middle numbers is 49 and 56 to give us quartile 3. Because there's 2 numbers in the middle, we add them and we divide by 2, which gives us an answer of 52,5. Just want to quickly check. Okay. Looks like most of us did get those answers. Let's get our final answer, which is the IQR. IQR is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So it is 52,5 minus 28,5. And our interquartile range is, which I saw most of you did get, 24. Yay. Well done. For those of you that didn't get it, I hope you have seen where you've made your mistake. If not, please let me know in the chat or raise your hand so I can help you, check where it went wrong. Okay, but how are you guys feeling about finding quartile? Let me know in the chat quickly. Let's see some emojis, smiley faces, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see where we're at. How are we feeling about quartiles? Awesome, awesome. Okay.
Seems like everyone is loving it so far.
Good. So that means you guys are ready for the next exercise. Awesome. Okay. So keeping everything we've learned in mind, let's have a look at exercise 1. I'm going to ask you guys to do these 2 questions for me. It says find the first, second, and third quartile of the below set of numbers. So don't have to worry about the IQR. We're just finding the quartiles. But there's one important first step you need to remember before you even start. I wasn't as nice this time. because I did not put the numbers in a nice order. If you need some help, let me know in the chat. If you want to answer the question, you can raise your hand.
Nela already has an answer. I think they were all just waiting for you to say, okay,
Yeah.
guys, present your answers.
Looks like we're shy today. We don't feel like socializing. It is tough after a long day of school to socialize still at this
Yeah,
time.
no, hey?
Okay. So, okay, that's question 2. Nice, Emihle. Lucia, you said okay. For which question is that, Felicia? Ayabonga. Okay, so I'm really appreciating the extra mile that some of you went and you worked out the IQR. You didn't need to, but that is okay. There's no harm in doing a little bit of extra. It's good practice anyway. So well done. So let's have a quick look at question 1. Okay, so this one was still nice because all the numbers were in order. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So it's an odd number. So we have a definite middle number, which is 42. That is our quartile 2. Then we look at the remaining numbers in the first half. We have a definite middle number, which is 29. And quartile 3, we look at this second half. And our quartile 3 is 56. Okay, so got quite a few answers in the chat here, and it looks like it's all jumbled up between question 1 and question 2. Okay, Bukhancho, cool. Yeah, just check your answers with question 1, and if you didn't get it and you don't understand, let us know. I'm going to move on to question 2 so long. Question 2, you had to put the numbers in order, ascending order, smallest to biggest. Okay, we do tend to forget about that, so please don't, because it's a very common mistake and you could lose out on quite a few marks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So there's 2 numbers in the middle. Okay, so quartile 2 will be 53 plus 54 over 2, which gives us a quartile 2 of 53,5. Okay, then our 2 middle numbers in the first half is 31 and 42 over 2 gives us 36,5. Quartile 3, our second half, we have 2 in the middle, 60 and 75. So quartile 3 falls between those two. So we add them together, divide by 2, and we get 67,5. Okay. Nice. I'm seeing some nice answers coming through here. Well done, everyone. Okay, again, if you missed something or you're not understanding, just let us know in the chat or raise your hand. Okay, but looks like you guys are really killing this topic. So I'm going to hit you with another question, very similar, but now check what I'm asking for this time. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to ask you guys to quickly try it. So Kia, at the rate that everyone's going, I think we're going to have quite a couple 100% for tonight's quiz.
No, 100%, hey? Because
Yep.
everybody's just so enthusiastic about this topic and they're getting the answers correct.
Yeah, working really hard and accurately. So that leaderboard is gonna be really full, but that's good.
Yeah, no. But we're happy to have them on there.
It'll be cool to see some new names up there as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, I see some answers are trickling in here. Let me have them.
Drop them like they are hot.
Not even finish my sentence and I see them flying in. Okay, Siwa. Fantastic.
No, we're
okay.
definitely getting 100% on today's quizzes.
Yeah. I'm so glad you guys picked up on range because I haven't been asking that in a while. Nice. These are looking good. I think that question was way too easy for you guys. Nice, Riri. Nice. Just forgot about IQR unless you put that up further in the chat. Okay. Let's have a quick look. So data sets already in order. Happy days. Always a good time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values in our data set. So it's nice and easy. We've got a definite middle number, which is our 22. So quartile 2 is 22. In our first half, our middle number is a definite 17. And our second half, our middle number is 30. Then all you needed to do was just remember your formulas. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, which is 30 minus 17, which gives you an answer of 13. And then for range, we know it's our highest value minus our lowest value. Our highest value is 35. Our lowest is 14. So this had nothing to do with our quartiles, just working out the normal range of our values. 35 minus 14 gives you 21, which most of you seem to get. Well done. Nice. Looks like everyone got that. Great work, guys. Okay, so now, building onto finding quartiles, we look at another way we can summarize our data. Well, it's the same way, but now we're just adding more numbers. So we used to just having quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. That's 3 numbers. But now in this question, I included 2 other numbers, our maximum value and the minimum value. That's what we did with the used for the range. We call that a 5-number summary. Okay, so let's go on to that. A 5-number summary helps us do our box and whisker plots. We're going to move on to that just now. So just to remind you, just building that step by step, we've learned how to find our quartiles. Now we need to figure out a 5-number summary. So that just includes our minimum and maximum value. So if we have a look at this worked example, it says write the 5-number summary for the data set below. Nice, Bukanshaw. Okay, so this one unfortunately wasn't as nice because as you can see, our data is all jumbled up. So we need to put that in order. So to save time, I'm just going to do that quickly for you. I don't know why that jumped like that. Okay, so in order, it's going to be 40, 42, 46, 48, 51, 55, 58, 66, 67, 68, and 69. So I'm going to quickly check the chat here. No worries, Ayanda. We've just been looking at quartiles, and we're now just doing a 5-number summary, which includes our quartiles as well as the minimum and maximum values. So we just started this. Okay, so we go about this the same way. We look for our quartiles. I mean, we can do the minimum and maximum straight away. Our minimum number is the lowest number in our data set. So in this instance, it is 40, and our maximum is the highest number, which is 69. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. So there's a definite number in the middle. Okay. 55 is our quartile 2. Then the middle of our first half will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 46. Quartile 3, the middle of our second half is 67. Okay, so now we're just doing a little 5-number summary. This summary helps us find our interquartile range. It helps us find our range quite easily. And it's going to help us read and understand box and whisker plots, which is going to come into play now. Is everyone happy with this? Nice, Emihle. I can see some of you still writing, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to ask you to try the next one. So you can see the numbers on the screen so long, and you're going to find the 5, do the 5-number summary of the next data set for me. Again, you guys are welcome to take screenshots throughout the lesson if it's a bit too much to write down. Okay, if you have your answers, let us have them. Nice, Mihle. Nice. Oh.
And
Yeah,
Michaela's
yeah.
always so ready for this. Like today, she's just owning the chat.
Mihle, just quickly check your max. But yeah, there we go. Nice. Good. So far, all the answers I'm seeing are correct. Yay. But I don't see many quartiles being offered here. Okay, B. And the answer that a lot of minutes is 60 and our maximum is 79. A lot harder to find max and be able to find your quartiles. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So it's uneven. So there's a definite middle number, which is 70. That's our quartile 2. Quartile quartile 1 is in between 61 and 63. So 61 plus 63 over 2 gives you 62. And then we have another half with two numbers in the middle, 75 and 78 over 2, which gives you 76,5. Okay. All right, so I'm seeing quite a few numbers here that are slightly different. For those of you who got different numbers, are you seeing where you went wrong with your quartiles? Yeah. So just remember, when you are rearranging your data sets, count how many numbers there are and make sure once you've rearranged them that you've got the same amount. Otherwise, you do tend to forget one or two. Do we have any questions? Because I did see quite a few different answers there. I just want to quickly check. Okay. No one's answering or asking, so I'm assuming all is good. All right, another one. Make sure when you rearrange that you've got the same amount of values.
That's good, Volusia.
Nice. That's always a good position to be in. Another trick when maybe rearranging your numbers is as you write it down in its new order, cross it out in the original set so you know that you have actually seen that number. And it helps it go a bit quicker as well, because now you're just looking at the numbers that aren't crossed out. Okay, so you've picked up on your mistake, Katleho, which is good, rather now than in the test. Okay, let me see your answers.
Wow. 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 Guys.
Class has some other kind of competitive side to them when it comes to typing. Okay, so we can all agree minimum is 4, quartile 1 is 15, quartile maximum number is 33. That was a nice easy one because we had an odd number of values. So it's quite easy to identify. We don't have to do any calculations. Okay, good. If you have any questions with that one, let me know. So the whole point about doing this 5-number summary. Good, Katleho. Really nice. Okay, so you guys have basically been doing the same thing over and over again in this lesson, but I've just asked it in a different way. So sometimes I ask you to work out the IQR, but to work out the IQR, you need to find your quartiles. Or I ask you to just find the quartiles only and not the IQR. We've asked you about the range, and now we've asked about a 5-number summary. So there are various ways we've asked you to do the same thing over and over again. And you guys seem to do really well at that. And now, the whole point of the 5-number summary to do called a box and whisker plot. And whisker plots, the 5-number summary helps us draw and understand box and whisker plots. Now, if you haven't started data, you might know what one looks like. So let's have a look at what a box and whisker plot look. Presentation of our data, isn't it? We have literally our box in the middle, and the 2 little thingies on the side, those are our whiskers. So if you think about a cat, for example, they have whiskers that stick out of their face. Okay, so this is what a box and whisker plot looks like. You won't need to know how to draw one. You just need to know how to answer questions based on one. But I'm going to show you how to draw one anyway, because it will help you understand what it entails. Okay, no worries. Just remember you can check the recording on the Watobe website. Okay, thanks Avuyi for letting us know. All right, so this is what a box and whisker plot looks like. Let's explain what this means. So this might be a good screenshot moment. So technically, this is my first point on my number line. That is my minimum value. We know how to find the minimum value of our box and whisker, of our data value. Then this point over here is our quartile 1. This point over here is quartile 2 or our median. Quartile 3 is over here, and our maximum values at the end. So our quartiles make up the box. Our maximum and minimum values make the whiskers. Okay. So I'm going to let that sink in, and I'm going to show you how these points actually work with some numbers. Okay, I hope you all took a screenshot. Okay. So how do we draw a box and whisker plot? Let's take a look at the following 5-number summary. So I've got the summary there already. Okay, and we use a number line to draw our box and whiskers. So let me just go there. So we are starting with 22 and we're going up to 30. So I'm just going to fill in the numbers quickly. So 22, 23, 24, So almost like a graph going up in our equal increments, but we're using a number line instead of a graph. Okay, so number line, all sorted. We start with our minimum value. Our minimum value is 22. So I'm going to plot it on my number line, just anywhere above the number line. That is my minimum value, 22. Next up is quartile 1. Quartile 1 is 24. Quartile 2 is in line with 27. Quartile 3 is in line with 28. And our maximum value is 30. So just a reminder, our minimum, oh, that's a very thick line. Our minimum and maximum make up our whiskers. Our quartiles make up the box. Okay, and that's how you would draw a box and whisker. So if I had to ask you, for example, what is the median of this data set? And you just have the number line to go by. You know that here's quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. We know that quartile 2 is the same as our median, and our median equals 27. I could also ask you to work out the IQR by looking at this box and whisker. We know IQR is our quartile 3 minus our quartile 1. We know that quartile 3 is 28 by looking at the number line, and quartile 1 is 24. So our interquartile range is 4. I could do the same thing with the range. Okay. Let's try another one quickly. I think because of time, I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to look at actual questions. Because remember, you don't need to know how to draw one, just how to answer it. How do we answer questions on box and whisker plots? Let's look at the example. Looking at the box and whisker, can you see it looks slightly different to what I just drew? It is skewed more to the left-hand side. Okay, skewed means majority of it is on the left-hand side of the number line compared to the right-hand side. It's not balanced or equal. Looking at this box and whisker, what is the median?
She was so quick.
Oh, seeing these answers flying in, great. 9, because remember, median is this part and it falls between 8 and 10, so it is 9. Okay, quickly figure out quartile 1, 2, and 3 for me. Nice. Let me just check quartile 1. There we go. It's like whoever I'm talking to is on the same path as me today. All right, so quartile 1 we know is this part over here, and that is 3. We worked out quartile 2 already. It's the median, and quartile 3 falls between 10 and 12, so it is 11. And therefore calculate the IQR, which is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So 11 minus 3 gives us 8. Nice. Can see you guys beat me to it. And determine the range. Range is our highest minus lowest. Our highest amount is 18. Our lowest amount is 2. So it will be 18 minus 2, which gives us 16. Good stuff. Looks like you guys really understand this. Okay, I saw a
Everybody-
couple of, yeah.
I was just saying everybody has been so amazing tonight, giving us like all the correct
no.
answers, understanding everything. Ah, you guys are great.
So great. I wish every lesson could be like this. All right, okay, that's our last question for this evening. An electronic gadgets distributor distributes various brands of mobiles to retailers. So that's just a fancy way to say that a factory of some sort delivers brands of mobiles, so like your iPhones, your Samsungs, any Android phone, to retailers, to the shops. The data for the number of smartphones distributed in 9 months are collected to make a box and whisker plot. Read the plot and answer the questions. So we've got A, B, and C. Quickly work that out for me. And while you are doing that, I'm going to release the poll for today's pace of the lesson. So once you're done working it out, you can fill that in.
Siwa already has answers. I think this is Siwa's favorite topic. I've gathered. Okay, Siwa, we'll just note it down when we do the answers. Just 10 more people to answer the poll for us, please.
Okay, so I'm going to have a quick look at this question. Remember, our first point is our minimum. Then we've got quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and our maximum amount. So write down the median from the above. We know median is quartile 2, so it is 40. What is the least number of smartphones distributed? So that's our minimum amount, which is 34. And write the third quartile from the given plot. Third quartile is in line there, and that's at 48. And I can see these answers coming in. Well done, everyone. Okay, so looks like you guys have really understood the box and whisker.